What's up, interweb? RhyQuinn here, and welcome to my third top 10. This is my top 10 personal favourite Pokemon moves. For this list, I'm excluding moves that can only be learned by one Pokemon or one Pokemon family, otherwise pretty much every legendary signature move would be on here. Also, my personal preference is to focus on how the move animations look, and what the descriptions of each move are, rather than their in-battle effects and usefulness. Bearing that in mind, let's start the list. My top 10 favourite Pokemon moves. Before we start, there are a few honourable mentions that need to be addressed. All of these moves look awesome or have great descriptions, but just aren't quite good enough to make the list. There's Lava Plume for looking awesome in Generation 6, Solar Beam for its animation in Generation 4, Mega Horn for being exactly what all of us would do if we had a horn, and Earthquake for being something we all wish we could do. Now let's start the list with...
Number 10!
Dragon Rush. This Generation 4 move takes the number 10 slot mainly for its animation in Generation 4. Listen to that sound, the impact, the shakiness of the camera. All of it combined makes for a very threatening move. And it should be. Its description states that the user tackles the foe while exhibiting overwhelming menace. And in Generation 4, the main Pokemon you saw use this was Garchomp, who looked pretty damn menacing. A perfect move for a threatening landshark with scythes for arms.
Number 9!
Aura Sphere. This special fighting type move was designed for Lucario, and my word, it fits perfectly. This move represents something we all wish we could do in real life. Fire a ball of energy at someone, Dragon Ball Z style. Oh, sorry, not a ball of energy, but a blast of aura power. This move is pretty much the same as a Hadouken from Street Fighter, and how awesome would that be to be able to do that? Just waving your hands and firing this ball of fighting aura-ness at your opponent would be incredible. For that hope, Aura Sphere comes in at number 9.
Number 8!
Psychic. How's this for a move? It has the same name as its type, the only move in the entire game to do that. That's how great this move is. Another thing that I, and hopefully everyone so I don't look like a weirdo, wishes they could do is play with someone's mind. And being able to physically harm someone with the power of your mind is insane. I'm pretty sure we all wish we could be Charles Xavier to some extent, and this move allows us to have that hope. Its description matches its awesomeness as well. The target is hit by a strong telekinetic force. You had me at telekinetic. For that, Psychic takes number 8.
Number 7!
Dark Pulse. This might not be a move on most people's top 10 lists, but I first noticed Dark Pulse in a bad way in Generation 4, when Cyrus's Honchkrow kept spamming Dark Pulse and kept getting damn flinches all the time. The noise Dark Pulse had was pretty awful as well. But then came Generation 6 to change all that. Look and listen at the magnificence now. It sounds like the target is getting bombarded by several waves of attack. Massive props to the people who animated the target here as well, as they flinch backwards and just keep taking the damage for ages. Love the sound and animation here, awesome move. The description of this move actually prevents it from being higher on this list, as it's an aura imbued with dark thoughts? Really? How do you put dark thoughts into a pulse? And why does that change it at all? Despite that though, Dark Pulse takes number 7.
Number 6!
Eruption. I really don't think much needs to be said about this. It's called Eruption. It's giant pieces of rock crashing on your opponent. It looks and sounds like this. What else do I need to say?
Number 5!
Focus Blast. I always thought this special fighting type move was a cool move, but good lord, the Generation 6 battle animation is insane. Just observe the brilliance here. The look of it, the sound, the impact, oh, it's so good. Just makes me wish I could do that.
Number 4!
Thunder. Again, does much need to be said here? You're bringing a massive thunderbolt on top of someone's head. I think Generation 4 was the first one to capture how epic this move really was. Look and listen. And now, it's evolved into something even more epic. Pretending you're Thor and bringing a lightning bolt on top of someone is immensely satisfying. For this, Thunder takes number 4.
Number 3.
Meteor Mash. This steel type move is kinda the signature move of Metagross, one of my favourite Pokemon of all time. Is that the only reason it's on this list? Hell no. It has cool animations through every generation, and it is apparently a punch that is fired like a meteor. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but it sounds pretty cool nonetheless. It may have decreased base power in Generation 6, but it now has increased accuracy, so you can hit it and watch that animation even more often. There's not anything particularly special about this move, but there's nothing wrong with it either. All the elements come together to make a very solid move that kicks some serious ass. For that, Meteor Mash takes the bronze medal at number 3.
Number 2.
Close combat. Have you ever had that feeling where you're just so mad at someone, your pulse raises, you breathe heavy, you just want to run at them and just... Well, close combat is the move for you. It mimics that feeling perfectly, fighting the target up close without guarding itself. Letting your feelings out by smashing someone's face in has been something that has crossed all of our minds at some point, I'm sure. And close combat imitates that wish perfectly. And just look at the animation in Generation 6. Good lord, that is intense! For that, close combat takes the silver medal at number 2.
Number 1.
And my personal favourite move is Baby Doll Eyes. This Generation 6 fairy type move allows the user to lower the opponent's... I can't even keep a straight face. Whew! Super Mickey J, you got your hopes up, didn't you? Anyway, my personal favourite move of all time is Draco Meteor. I'm sure this move would rank pretty highly on most people's lists, and for good reason. The ethos behind this move is pretty simple. Summon some meteors down on top of your opponent's head. Imagine having that kind of power. It would be incredible. This is one seriously cool move with animations to boot. Check them out. For all these reasons, Draco Meteor deservedly takes the gold medal at number 1. So that was my personal top 10 favourite Pokemon moves. Of course, there are hundreds to choose from, so narrowing it down to just 10 was extremely hard, and no doubt there are some of your favourite moves that haven't made the list. Let me know in the comments what your favourite move is. Thanks for watching this top 10, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and you can subscribe to join the RhyQuinn army today. I'll see you in the next top 10, toodaloo.